Earlier this summer, I came across a fascinating book called *Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind*. It offered me a lot of insight into some key human traits that have influenced our past and are likely to determine our future. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, I'd like to share with you 3 traits that have revolutionized our ability as a species to become successful and that are likely to, that I think, will be crucial for us to continue to thrive. Let me start by taking you back 70,000 years ago in what's called the cognitive revolution. Homo sapiens, the likes of you and me, learned to connect a limited number of sounds to produce an infinite number of sentences, each with a distinct meaning. This language made it very versatile and gave us the ability to translate information about things that don't really exist. It enabled us to talk about things that are abstract. It enables us to imagine things collectively, to weave common myths, and to collaborate in very large numbers. Think about it. Any large-scale human cooperation, such as a business, a nation state, or even Toastmasters International, only exists in our minds, in our collective imagination. Consider this. People are willing to accept this piece of paper in return for giving me their belongings or their time. This is because people believe in the idea of money. The concept of money, or indeed an organization such as the EU, or a brand like Coca-Cola, only exists in our minds and in our collective imagination. To summarize the first trait that I'd like to share with you, our ability to talk about abstract things helps us collaborate on a global scale. This brings me to the second trait that I'd like to share with you tonight. I believe that our trust in the future is crucial for us humans to thrive. Did you know that our trust in the future is what enables banks, in fact the entire economy, to flourish? Did you know that trust is the sole backing for most of the money in the world? Did you know that our trust in an imaginary future and in progress is what created credit? Let me explain. When a bank trusts the dreams of an entrepreneur, it lends him or her money. In other words, businesses rely on trust in an imaginary future, in a future where the pie keeps on growing. To summarize the second trait, our tendency to trust in an imaginary future leads to growth. The third trait that I'd like to highlight is how our curiosity and how our acknowledgement of ignorance has led us to acquire new knowledge. Our willingness to admit ignorance has hugely expanded our understanding of the world and how it works. It has enhanced our ability to invent new technologies. I believe these inventions, like, let's say, mobile communications or electricity, antibiotics, have improved people's lives in many ways. And to summarize this third trait, like this: when we admit our ignorance, we have the opportunity to acquire new knowledge. In conclusion, our ability to talk about things that only exist in our collective imagination helps us to collaborate effectively in huge numbers. Our tendency to trust in the future leads to growth, and our willingness to admit our ignorance propels us to acquire new knowledge. These key human traits have the ability to transform our future. Isn't it exciting that we can change the way we collaborate just because by simply telling each other different stories about things that only exist in our collective imagination? Isn't it intriguing that our trust in the future is what enables perpetual growth? And finally, isn't it wonderful that our ability to acknowledge our ignorance enables us to invest in new technology that has the potential to create an even brighter future? Mr.